with the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams that came into the NFL together back in 1976. The Seahawks and Bucks are underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Hey, let's get a conversion.
And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Oh, he will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
That good for 19 and a first down.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. That good for 22 and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
550.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Here's Winston. He gives it to Humphreys. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Jameis to throw it. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Play action. Now Wilson. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure. But it falls incomplete. And it's second down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Third and long. It's Wilson. Open man, it's the man. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
Well. Tempo.
From the shotgun, Wilson stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out.
Let's go get another one. Come on. Deeper.
Throwing is Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they have the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. For Carson, CD, quite a season, although maybe somewhat under the radar, but part of the NFL's top rushing offense, and he was 5th in the league.
1,151 yards, 9 touchdowns, and Seattle got back to their identity, which is a run-first offense that provides some pretty good thump inside the tackles. And how about Chris Carson? A 7th-round pick 2 seasons ago out of Oklahoma State. Never ran for 1,000 yards in college. Does it here in the NFL. Pretty underrated name with a big-time game.
Here's Wilson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
You've got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
Well, CD, the NFL held its awards show the night before the Super Bowl, and as you and I had speculated the last few weeks, Patrick Mahomes, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and for the second straight season, how about Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, Donald was expected. We knew that was going to happen. Mahomes, we thought would happen. There was that school of thought that maybe Drew Brees might walk away with the MVP since he's never won one, but Mahomes a deserving winner. How about the Offensive Rookie of the Year? Saquon Barkley with the Giants. Many thought it might be Baker Mayfield with Cleveland.
Yeah, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Darius Leonard of the Colts, and the Colts Comeback Player of the Year, Andrew Luck, and very deservedly so.
I would say that for sure, and he beat out J.J. Watt, who also would have been a deserving winner. Coach of the Year, I thought, was a close vote, or probably should have been closer to me, because I thought Anthony Lynn from the Chargers deserved some respect, but Matt Nagy of the Bears, he ends up winning the award. They went 12-4 in his rookie season.
And then last one we need to mention, Chris Long of the Eagles, well-deserved Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. Congrats to all.
Yeah, how about that? Donated his first 4 game checks to fund a literacy program that donated free books and mentoring services for families. And remember, last season, he donated every game check to causes that he felt strongly about.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. They go play action. Winston. It's caught. Humphries. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there of 20 yards. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Working out of the gun, Winston. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Let's go now.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The first carry here for Jaquez Rogers. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw, Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3, and it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half, 3-0 New England, Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, the 3rd team to win the year after losing the Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers for the most ever. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Eluding the pressure right. finds an opening past the 40. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
19.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
14.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for the deep ball. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 53 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming off successive 5-11 seasons. That got Dirk Cutter fired. This is a team, Charles, that has not won a playoff game since winning Super Bowl 37. You know, earlier you talked about Jameis Winston needing to cut down on the interceptions. What else needs to happen in Tampa?
They've got to fix the defense. Dirk Cutter led the offense, and they put up big numbers. But defensively, they've been abysmal for the last few seasons. Ended up letting their defensive coordinator go during the year last year, but never could make enough plays to give them a chance to win a few more ball games. A new head coach will come in, and I think that'll be his first move, trying to find a way to get the defense back on track.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Green, Trevor C. Ready. Blue waiting. Hey, stop. Let's go.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. 23 yards on the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Winston. And Brate, the tight end's got it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll throw again. Winston. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
What?
Second and 10 now. Wilson underneath to Davis. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 2 yards on that play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
150. Sonic.
Following the interception, Winston. Some strong running at the 20. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Adam Humphries, 36 yards. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Winston and the Bucs. Now Winston. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's got it at the 15. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 72 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Now a toss play. It's Carson. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. When you're down this close inside the 5, do you like putting the ball to the outside like that?
No, I like it inside. I want more quick hitters, straight-ahead type runs, maybe get off tackle, but I don't want to string it out and have a chance for them to run it down behind me.
They'll try to run with Carson. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. Now it's Wilson. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3.
19. 14.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Oh, Charles, after that interception in the Super Bowl from the 1-yard line, I thought Pete Carroll would run it inside the 5 every time.
Sometimes I wonder if maybe Pete did want to run it inside the 5. But Russell Wilson, you know he's such a competitor that he doesn't want that interception to stand, that maybe he wanted to be in that spot. Say, hold it a second. I can throw a touchdown pass. Instead, he's victimized again.
Barkevius Mingo in that time on the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and there's creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
On 3rd down, it's Barber. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they'll run it here. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. They run it with Carson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Levante David.
Defensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Ready.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber, 29 yards. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Ready? 14.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
19.
They'll toss it out to Carson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs can be a big part of any passing offense yards nowadays.
Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running 2, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs have just about wrapped up the victory. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Easy, easy, easy. Easy. Sonic.
Play action now. Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And if the late touchdown wasn't bad enough, now they're going to go for 2. So sportsmanship nowhere to be found right here. Here's Winston. And his throw is going to be incomplete. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel